Let's see. I think I got problem with it. Well, you're most welcome. You are most welcome here. Thank God for another bright, bright day. He's here. Thank God. Thank God to be here. Thank God. Thank God. I will only cannot play, man, but I really hope it will play. I see that there's some contradiction. Well, you're welcome. You're welcome to this wonderful day here at the Life Empowerment Network. I want to thank God to be here this evening, and I'm so chill being in the presence here today, and it is an opportunity to join us. Don't forget that you have an obligation, and your obligation to love, to hear, and I'm sorry that I can't play the music because of probably the time and the recording did not really go through. But it's a very wonderful music. I would play it, and I would love to play it actually because it brings not only joy, it's part of our routine here at the this very program, Christian family, marriage, and intimacy. Intimacy. You are welcome. Welcome again. It is so interesting to know that sometimes we are not prepared, and sometimes we are prepared to take on whatever we are doing. We have our time, we have rest, like we're talking about spending more time with our families. I think it's very crucial for married couples. And today we're going to be talking a little bit about the benefits and what it means to take more time off for your family than just staying away and giving more time to people that probably might not be benefit to your life or beneficiary to your life. I want to thank God for giving us not only the life or giving us the strength, but giving us the grace. This is not about, when we talk about Christian family, marriage, and intimacy, it's not about, well, okay, we're talking centered of marriage, or maybe counseling married couple, or probably no. It focused especially on how can we as Christians see that our family are protected, our family are covered up, and we're spending more time with our family. They're spending more time. Uh, Sometimes we say with the church. I was watching Facebook, and I don't want to talk about that because it's crazy. When you see that people are not really to the tax when it comes to the family relationship. And so we want to sign it up here today, spending more time with your family. And Christians are like that. We believe in family, except that you are not really a Christian, but a real Christian, born again, believe in family. And now we say spending more time or quality time with your family. Sometimes it like, what job is it saying? I spend more time with my family. And well, whether you spend more time with your family, whether uh, you did not spend more time, our focus here is on Saturday. We talk about Christian family, marriage, and intimacy, which is sex. It's part of your intimacy. It's part of and romancing, and different things that has to do with keeping you guys together. And so we talk more about how can we as Christians love our families. Do you love your family, or probably you just want to go in the life of that guy? because you see that he got some catch, or maybe, or you just like him because of a certain thing. Maybe you want to satisfy your desire, your emotional desire, and so you like the person. Okay, so but we're talking more than that when it comes to Christian family intimacy and uh, marriage intimacy, and then when you come to realize that the quality time you spend with your family, it build that relationship up. It encourages, and it's a lot of benefits. It keeps you together, have confidence. It pulls a confidence into each person, probably the man or the woman, and to know that there's some guarantee, security, that that person feels, or your wife feels that there's some security. She feels secure, okay, in the marriage. So there are a lot of factors involved when it comes to uh, Christian family. We're talking, and actually, there's a guy who probably is a pastor himself. We're talking about something that is far from what he was believing, and it was like, well, probably maybe he didn't understand what it means to know that when you have a Christian family, or when you have a family and you're not taking time with that family, what are the implications? Are there any danger, or probably is that a problem? You know, so sometimes we overlook it because we don't realize that keeping time with our family is so crucial, and we don't have time for that. Okay, sometimes we overlook it because to us it's not beneficial. We spend more time out there than spending time with our family. So I want to say to all of us as we join this live, let us begin to look at the reality of life, the fact that if I spend more time with my family, what is the benefit? If I don't spend more time with my family, what could be the benefit? Or is it any benefit at all? Or probably am I doing the right thing? So you ask yourself those questions sometime, and you really want to know what is beneficiary, or probably you just want to do it because, well, you feel that it's part of life. So as you look at the entire stuff, okay, I thought to share this, but really, let look at this. Now that I found you, I believe that a miracle has come. Well, it's now corner all my questions about why. Well, and I've never been so sure of anything. I just want to, to all couples in the world, wherever you are. This is going to all the married couples, just planning to get married. It is coming to you, and it is for you today. Don't forget, don't forget that you made a covenant. Keep loving each other, and this is going to all married couples in the world. Yes, I don't know what promise you're giving to your spouse. This is going to all our brothers and sisters, couples who are dating and getting married, and who are married couples. It is coming to you this afternoon from us. Take it and enjoy yourself and enjoy your marriage. Before my best friends and all the other friends in the world. Uh, pastors and leaders who are into marriage, pastors, wife, pastors, husband. Uh, you know, when you begin to listen to this music, I want you to think about the day you hold the hands of your wife or your husband. You know, I just want to send it to all our friends. This is for you. Remember that you were once in love, and this is the music given to all of us. Married couple, enjoy your life, enjoy your day, and join us as we talk about Christian family, marriage, and intimacy. Okay, okay, okay. No matter where you are, I want to say you are most welcome again. We just wanted to play that little kind of cool music and then relax and know that she's for you and you for her. Well, for those of us who don't love our spouses, I want to encourage you, man. You can get in the life of this person and you don't like them. No need to get don't force yourself because I tell you, man, love is so sweet, and especially when you love the person, it's not just a joke. It's something that is emotional. It's something that is from inside. And I want to encourage those of us who love our wives. Keep loving them. Keep loving your husband. Don't forget the day you met them. It was the day that you fall in love. And I want to encourage those of us who are Christians. Listen to me, man. Talking to the guy, we talk about experience, pastors who have experience into marriage and people who are into marriage, and we're discussing something constructive. And sometimes we need to realize that we need education. We need to be educated. We need to be informed about what is important for us as Christians. And as we look at Christian family, spending more time with your family is one of the most important things we can see in America. Well, I will tell you, it's just somehow difficult because of the different situations. Some find it difficult because the way they see it, they are not able to do it. They keep putting up every day. Well, one day, I'm going to spend time with you, and then they have to lose their relationship. I want to encourage you because it's um, it's so important to know that if you look back and see some of the things that we see and understand the will of God for our life, then we will realize that you know it's not everything you see that is shining. Not everything you see come from God. Okay, so I don't know, but I want to encourage you wherever you are this afternoon. Um, it is important to know that without you, that person cannot cannot really make it. Actually, when you guys have agreed to get married, and well, you decided to get married to this person because of what you saw and you got in a life, and at the end of the day, you start to have more time outside than even in your own house. So spending quality time with your family is very important. It is not something that you can ban. It's not something that you can go it out with. You got to understand that, and you got to know that. If you spend more time with your partner, you are creating a space. You are creating an atmosphere of trust, and not only that, it bring in the word security. They bring in the word protection. They also bring in the word courage, motivation. because you see, when the person is encouraged to see that, oh, my husband care for me, or my wife always spending more time with together, we travel together, and we are with the children, especially when the children are young. It's time to put in more time with the kids, traveling together. Sometime, like when I was young, when I was coming up, all my kids know I watched the diapers from the babes all the way up there. Carry them when they are sick to hospital, and sometimes I have to say, well, okay, I got to do it because the mother is basic, or maybe the mother don't care, so I have to do it. Okay, so as a result, they glued to me, and no, and, I don't have to talk about it. But I want to encourage those of us who understand what it means as a husband, especially those of us who are fathers. I want you to understand something, that you were given the responsibility to do your work, to do your part into that relationship, into that woman, and you woman, you're also given the task to also be a helpmate to your husband. But listen, when the Bible speaks about love your wife and submit, the Bible does not say to us that our wife should be slave to us. So spending more time, the benefit is so many. You can name them and understand that if you spend more time with your family, it become it kind of concern that would prove to the wife that, well, I used to my husband, he cared for me, and I think we can do things together. Confidence. And spending more time up there than spending time with your family, taking some rest, having time that you can talk about issues that you have not resolved or need to be resolved. So there are a lot of things that affect marriages. There are a lot of things that affect marriages that I started very well. Okay, we talk about poverty, no money. When I talk about Christians, the reason for worth, finance, and everything is God' intention for us. So there should be no way that we can leave our wife and say, "Oh, I don't have money." In order also go do some work, do something in order for you to see and let that woman know that you love her. And besides that, some of us dependent, and that's what breaking many homes today. Men are depending on the women to provide everything, and they sit, they lay back and wait and see your wife is struggling doing everything, going to work for more than 16 hours, only because you want to make sure to satisfy you, or to satisfy the family, either extended or whatever. But you have to spend more time. One of the things that I will highlight here is that we spend more time with other people than spending time with our husbands. And those of us who are women, who are female, if you before coming into the marriage, that's what I'm very careful, right? Before coming into the marriage, do your observation, especially men. You can't be with friendly with somebody so close to the place where that person becomes like a husband to you, and you want a husband. It's going to be a confusion. So that is you. It will take you time, because you not spend more time with your husband because you are glued to something. One of the things that has affected our marriage also, that we can spend more time, is that we got into the marriage, right? I don't know you as a woman. You don't know me as a man. Probably we decide to come together, but you have experience life probably more than me, or probably I experience life more than you. And you know, I don't know what you want me to do. You don't really know what you really want from me to satisfy you, because you have experienced life more than me. So spend some time together before even getting into the marriage. Spend some time, talk about it, and see what is compatible with experience. I have seen many couples who have decided to get married, and very nice, they were found together, But by the time they get married, no touching until we get married or whatever, what are the touch? And then when they got into the marriage, well, there was confusion because of intimacy. So Christian family, marriage, and intimacy, which is very crucial in spending time. Yes, spending time has to do with knowing more about this person. Okay, and you that is free for you. You belong to each other. So you got to share this kind of word, affections, and speak your mind. And what happens with many Christians? And I was talking to the guy because you see, people that conceive, okay, they want to conceive information from the children, they want to conceive information from the wife or the husband, to the place where, well, somebody gets into the marriage and they say, oh, I didn't tell you, man, but really, I'm not able to do this, I'm not able to do that because of this. Tell the person before the marriage so that you don't have to go into that marriage if there's a problem. So the thing about co-shipping, which is good because it brings us together, it makes us express, okay, I like it in a way, I know that you going through this kind of situation. I have to be with you, I have to pray with you, and then get married to you. Or probably I'm not able to get in that situation because of X, Y, Z. Better. Because you see, let agree I'm a man, right? And I spend time with other guys, with men more than women. Where I'm supposed to be spending time, even if I were not married, I should be looking for a woman, but I'm just all the time looking for men. I could be one of the guys, but then I'm looking for a wife because I want to have name to say, yeah, I'm married, but really I'm not serious about getting to marry someone, a female, even though I have a male as a male, right? So what happens is that you just need not to go into, when I'm talking about Christian marriage, you can see a woman, you can see a pastor, man. It's disgusting. It's disgusting to see a woman of God who's supposed to be an example. It's been used by the enemy, and after maybe she being arrested, or sometimes the devil, I mean, God exposed her, then she says it's the devil, it's the work of the devil. You see, we gave credence to the devil. There's no way that I can go in the life of a woman, and I like, man, I'm not going to do that, because what happened, I'm going to break her heart. You're going to break the heart of a man who you're not spending more time to talk to. You're spending more time with your female friends, more than you spending time with your husband, your best friend. So what happens in Christian marriage? No, we don't believe in that. We believe that your time is so important, it's so precious. I believe that uh, the more we spend time together, the more we understand each other's needs. It may not be an emergency need. It may not be a need that, oh, the guy's really need, or she really need me. No, it could be a need that will come out, and because of the concern, because of being together, you understand the person. But in many cases, people don't, believe that being together is something that hard to do. Then don't get in a relationship. Don't try a relationship, or to get in the life of a woman when you know that you are a man and you like to go around men, or you are a woman and you like to go around your friend women than your husband. You spend more time with women than your husband. And every time we have this excuse, oh, I'm going to work, I'm going to, I'm going to sleep to work to this time, I'm going, well, God sees it, but it affects our relationship in courtshiping and even in marriage. Because the next thing the wife or your wife to be, or your best friend to be, will have to be saying, every time I try to call this guy, he basic. Every time he basic. Every time he basic. Then she will get to know that either he want to avoid her, or she want to avoid him, put it on schedule. I'm gonna be. You just call me this time. Which is not. It's not a bad thing if the schedule is really true. Because of the job, and that's why we got to give time. That is not an option when it comes to family, Christian family time. Because the more time we spend together, the more time we understand each other. We glue together. We speak the same language. We pray together. We go to church together. We travel together. Not in all cases, not every time, but most cases we travel together. We go on vacation. We go to take a back walk. We go to the musical concert. Carry the children along if we have children with us. Take a drive up there and see beautiful places. So as Christian, sometimes the guys will say, "Well, I don't socialize," but you don't socialize, but you socialize with the girls who you like, and you leave your wife sitting home, are looking for conversation. And somebody tells you that, oh, this guy probably is a pastor, but why he want to counsel people when he's not married, or probably why he's not stay in his marriage, or sometimes she doesn't stay. Because of ignorance, a lot of people don't understand that a man or the woman who even have experience in marriage could be the best counselor and the one with the grace. Because you see, you can come to the saving grace and say, I want to be a counselor or guiding counselor, but you don't have self control. Every woman you see, you want that. By the time you see the breasts, you see the attractions, you want to go to them. So you got to understand that the time you're spending with your wife and the time you spend with your husband, you're giving him that attention that causes him, even if you see another woman, yes, okay, he's a flesh. Remember that. He thinks about you. He say, "Oh, I got my best friend, man. She's waiting for me. I don't have to waste my time here. I'm going. I see you guys." Why it is true that some of us like to eat from every table because we want to taste some other things. It is true that increase the marriage, our time, our commitment, to our spouses is very crucial. It benefits us. It gives us courage. It secures us. It makes us to be confident, to have confidence in the relationship. Not because, well, it has to do with loving, going to bed. No. Sometimes we just have some time together. We can kiss. We can play with each other. We can laugh. We can joke and bring us some stories. Spending time together doesn't mean, well, you go on the bed, or sometimes you are penetrating. No, it's about the fact that we have something to discuss. We have something to talk about. Let's talk about these issues. What's about this, Jarvis? Let's talk about some family issues that is affecting us. How can we go to that concept? I'm feeling lonely today. Where are you? And you with somebody else, or probably sometimes you're nowhere around. And so it plays a very crucial role. Yes, it's very important to have some quality time with your wife, with your husband. Nothing wrong with that. If you don't have time to spend with your wife or your husband, if you don't have time to spend, then uh, who you have time to spend with? Then your family. You must have got time to spend. Because if you don't have time to spend with your spouses, and well, okay, you think that you can just go about leaving them home and being alone, and be alone with some of the things you are doing, and you don't have time, you don't have time for yourself, you feel lonely sometimes. but you stay and you don't want to go to work. You feel that well, you're tired, but you still want to go. How many times you do that? Many times. Many times we do that. So when we're spending time with our family and knowing that not only that God is in control, but somebody will tell me God is in control of something, but they are not in control because God has given us the mandate. When you say, husband, love your wife, submit to your husband. When it comes to the church, in order to guide us on the way to a strong marriage or a solid foundation, we must know how to grow in the faith. When it comes to our relationship at home, we must know how to build that relationship with each other because it takes time. Yes, sometimes it's instant. Sometimes you gotta get along so quickly. So spending more time to understand that person, whatever the case may be, is more important. You might be thinking that probably the person is not your type, and but why did you go to marry them? That is your courtship before marriage should be observed. You should know what you're going into. Like we talked about, that's choice. The choice that you are making to get into the life of that man is just one day. So after you make the choice to go into the life of that woman or that man, the consequences are many years to come. So staying together, probably planning together, speaking the same language together, and talking about things that matters for both of you guys. Understanding that God put you guys together. There will be time that you guys will fight. That means you guys will argue, right? Something you guys will have disagreement. But just by intimacy, by going to bed, just okay, let go to bed tonight. I will talk to you tonight. Sometimes we say, okay, we'll talk tonight. By the time you guys meet to talk, the problem is solved. Especially when you understand what it means to love your wife and to love your husband. There are times that we think in our mind that well, we can spend more time with this person who is not our wife, who is not our husband, than spending time with our best friends. So we leave them alone for many months, for many years. Sometimes the guys are so basic uh, because you got to push money to pay their mortgage or to pay their rent, especially in the state. So either one person is doing it and the other guy is relaxing at home, or maybe he doesn't really like to go to work. So what happens, especially when you have kids, one person remain with the kids come from school, the other person go, and then that kind of schedule, understanding. So when you spend more time with each other to understand the reality that this person when it comes to intimacy, okay, or probably you don't know them, you got together and you start experiencing that they have more energy than you, and you don't have energy because well that's how it looked like, but you have agreed to come together. So the fact that the other person have energy and you don't have energy, you got to work it out because well you met together, or you work it out before you come together, because you see at the end of the day somebody will be saying well I don't think I can make it with you because well you already can satisfy me in bed. So intimacy, which play a crucial role into our marriage, need to be sought of very quiet. The reason why sex is very important into Christian marriage is because we don't discuss this thing and we get into it at the end of the day. Oh, I don't like to do this. I don't like to do that. You don't bring it to me. I'm a Christian. I'm a pastor. I preach. I don't do this. Right. So you gotta discuss it. That's why we need to talk more. We need to talk and understand because that is the most dangerous and most important part of life. intimacy, sex. No matter what you think about, and I was telling one of the guys, I was just listening, and those of us who've been on Facebook, if you watch Facebook, those are some of them that content, some of them is reality. Mother would take somebody's wife and take them to the hotel and try to do something that the man's supposed to be doing to his wife. So when you get used to something like that, you don't spend time with your husband anymore. That is breaking the marriage. You break the bond, because that is where the bound is. There where the connection is. It's all about coming together, understanding, agree, and that's what many of the young girls taking their husband from the married women, because most of the married women sometimes will say that tired, right? And spending more time on that. So intimacy, which is sex, is very crucial into our marriage. I don't care how you take it to be, and we drive away from it, but that is essential that's destroying many marriages. Take for instance, if you are a wife, you decide, well, okay, I'm going for prayer, like the other guy, according to the story. She would say, like, we're taking 2 days prayer, and those women will leave their homes and go to the church. They are after different things. But that's a mother that comes on and pray and preach and say she's a pastor, right? Integrity, morals. So you breaking homes, and that's what I was telling one of my friends. I said it's good that pastors who are married will be self-controlled because they have to counsel, right? But if you think you trust them and they are not good counselor, or probably they are not trained to counsel, and even that their life is not ready, they are not self-controlled, they don't control their emotions, it's very difficult for you to be a counselor, because women were made for men. And so when you are not self-controlled and you're not able to understand that, you need to know that giving more time to your wife and looking down on things that you as a pastor will come down on, fall by the wayside so quickly. So giving more time to our family has to do with intimacy also. It's one of the crucial role we play. Some pastors don't even, some of us ministers don't even kiss our wife. We don't have time. Oh, hey, man, I'm tired, man. Or probably sometimes we act like if to say we're very serious about it. So if you are not spending more time and doing what required of us as pastors or as leader or as husbands or as wife, it takes time, right? And then that thing getting used to the person, and when they glue to somebody who showing them, no matter whether they could be spiritual, that's why intimacy, sex play more important role in our marriage. In breaking marriages, a dividing husband and wife, when you see them cussing each other and telling them, oh, you're good for nothing, you this and that, they have found somebody who could satisfy them more than the other partner. And that's why I said it's better to discuss it. Maybe the wife is I have more experience outside before meeting a husband. That's where we have problem. We got used to something that our husband would not be able to fulfill. But we got married to this guy, and we got to know when it comes to intimacy, he will not be able because of our experience. Don't expect for the next person to experience what you experience. And that's where we are. Be frank, talk about it. And let it not bread and blow this thing, because it is killing marriages, it is breaking marriages. Unfaithfulness. And then all dancing, we come to church, we dance, we'll get back home. There's a curses, there's an abuses before the children. Because somebody is fulfilling the man's duty that he might have not been able to fulfill because the experience that the wife had before meeting him. was different from his experience. That's why spending more time together is more important. No matter whether you have big experience with different people, whether you knew good people, whether you what got in life first, and or probably some other thing that you did or you used to, when you get into a relationship or before you get into the relationship, do some therapies, do some adjustment because you want to keep the marriage. If you are not used to being with your husband, spending some time with intimacy or sex, then you have to adjust yourself to that. If you love it, you got to discuss it because when you start abstaining, that means when you start rejecting your husband or wife in bed, what happens? You are not spending time one, you are giving him outside to the enemies. So as you talk about spending more time, you cannot allow yourself to go out of some things that will make you to be vulnerable to the outside. Let your husband know, let your wife know about it. So discuss it. It's not about shame, especially when you guys are married. During the courtship, before marriage, if anything that is bothering you, anything that you want for your wife to be to know, tell her about it. When you guys meet, you guys talk about it. If she doesn't like it, you don't have to force her into it because you want to get to her. No, you don't have to lie to her. When you get into it, then you say, "Oh, I couldn't tell you." Why sometimes when it comes to intimacy, you got to say it. Don't play with intimacy. And I can say it again to anybody that listening to this thing. Don't play with sex. It's a deadly weapon, dangerous weapon for anybody. So if your wife or your husband love you so much, he will want to be with you. We all have sin. We all have some L in our life. We are not perfect, man. But when you get into your marriage, got to prove your consent, your loyalty, and your love for each other. The thing that bound us together is bigger, and we always overlook it because we think that well, just the money, probably maybe our time, some time with them. No, the bottom line. One of the rich guys in Liberia, his wife told him, "Well, I didn't marry you to be lonely. You gave me money, I eat, I got everything, but I need you." He doesn't spend no time. He just the money and then gone. So sometimes we feel that what we have is what the women need. They need the money. Any woman that just need money, that means that woman not interested in the marriage. They are interested in the money. A real wife is interested in you, in your time, quality time, not only your money. Because she can work for her money and do more for even than you. Except with the lazy guys. Even the lazy one who just want to fool you. But really, for all your time, it's very difficult to have a strong relationship. Because sex play a very crucial role into marriage. Some of us who have a big problem in with our own marriage at the time, with the experience we have, well, is it didn't drive us to do something outside more in order for us to be trapped, not because we're perfect. No, I always say because of spiritual exercise and because of grace. So even the man who could be impotent will still have time with his wife. So what am I saying? Intimacy, that is spending time uh probably together, not just sitting down. Okay, let's sit down with the wife want to hold you or she want to hold your hands. or probably want to just kiss you on the job. You don't want to, you don't even have this affection. Don't get into the life of someone's daughter when you don't like them. Don't get into the life of someone's son when you don't love them. The thing about the Bible when it speaks of submission and looking at the care that we give to each other, it also encourages us to make a decision for each other. To make decision means, well, sometimes one person will be sick and the other person will be well. There will be a time that the decision will come from both of you, but because the woman or your wife agree with any decision, you yourself you agree to it. In the book of Ephesians chapter 5, it says 24, 24 say, therefore, as the church is subject unto Christ, so let their wives be to their own husband in everything. So let the wife be to their own. The Bible gave adjective and it described it possessive to their own husband. And husbands, love your wives, even as Christ loved the church and gave himself for it. So in other words, when we begin to think about how can one give themselves for it, for the wife, there are things that we entitled to, there are things that we should be enjoying because of some circumstances that we have to prioritize to leave ourselves up and put them in front. Protection. And I want us to, as I conclude today, I want you to have some retrospect for those of us who are married. Think about when did one line that that woman abstained from you. How did you feel about it? When line did that man say no? Don't tell me. In fact, I'm not going to sleep with you for the next 3, 4, 5 months. How did you feel? How do you feel when you look at your husband and insult him? As I close today, I want us to remember that God gave us to each other. Your husband is your proud, and your wife is also your proud. Submit to your husband in a way that, well, he understands you love him, not because, well, you want to be slave to him, no, because you want him to know that you consent. Love your wife, and let there be a bound intimacy. And that intimacy means not only sex, not only penetration. The reason why we stuck up, we can be in the car just kissing and laughing and sometimes just playing some joke. That to the place where this person, even if they were at work, they want to come home. Not that they want to leave the work to come home, but the fee coming home, they got no other appointment. Because why? Because you're spending more time. You have time for that. None of that be putting off. When there's real intimacy or time love. When the person call you, putting off all the time. Except this person is busy. There should be no time. Even in a courtship, there should be explanation. No, I think when I'm in the middle of this, man, I'm not going to call you in the middle of something. You don't have to call your wife or your husband to be. They are not yours now. They are not even you guys are not. So you have to give them freedom, yes, but you got to understand something. There where your observation lies. There where you start to coach it. There where you start to do your spiritual mapping. Because when you get into it, it's a different ballgame. In my conclusion, spending more time is very important. They got a lot of benefits, but during the pre or before you're married, during your courtship, you got to understand that probably maybe the next part don't have too much experience than you, and the experience she or he has, you may not have, especially the women. You don't compare him with the guys who you met before you came to marry you. All of them did not marry you; they left you. Some of them will say, "Okay, next year or 2 years from now." But this guy said, "No, I love you. Take your hands to the heart to the tomb." It is this guy that you met the first time and you said, "No, you're not good for me in bed. Your intimacy is wrong. We can't be bound." That's a big serious problem. Don't play with intimacy. The reason why they lay more emphasis on intimacy because 85, 90% of marriage breaking is sex. That's it. Money, women can work for the money. No time, no consent. Intimacy is one of the bottom of our breaking marriages. But we can fix it when we understand and start to adjust our time. Some of the people we go and put more time into, they don't, when we fall today, they're not going to come to us. By the time you fall down on the street, they're going to call your husband or your wife. The person you give the gavel to say, "You, my wife," the boss lady, your best friend, your husband. They're not going to call your brother. They're not going to call your sister, except you're not married. So, in order to build as Christian, in order to build up this thing, we must go back to the church and go back to what God says concerning marriage. It's difficult because people talk about technology. Technology is so advanced that the attractions is too much. Something you don't want to see, you got to see it. And I said, people don't look there the second time. Jesus, don't look there the second time because women were made for men. Women are so attractive that, especially when they want to attract you. So why more about you, the wife? Be an attraction to your husband. Husband, be a reflection of Christ to your wife. This is it. There's no time for joke. There's no time to say, "Oh, okay, I'll meet you tomorrow. Let me down there." Don't touch me. I'm not coming home tonight. In fact, I'm sleeping up. Like for some of us, there was some time that, sometimes that's the differences into marriage, and uh, sometimes men want to sleep out because there's a trouble in the home. That's a different case. I'm talking in terms of Christian marriage that is probably agreed to go into that covenant. I'm not talking about a marriage that abandoned their husbands for years or for months. And so when you look at the entire thing that we're talking about as we close, you know in yourself that you have been the cause for your marriage to be broken. But you don't say it because, well, it's so embarrassing. But that's the bottom line. When you started your marriage, it was good. You decided to hate your husband. You decided not to give in yourself. There's no intimacy. There's no bound. Intimacy is bound. It's a tie, physical tie that bound you guys together. So once is a routine, a frequent, something that you do all the time, not penetration, When we talk about sex, when we talk about intimacy, we are not just talking about penetration. There are a lot of things that has to do with satisfying your partner in order for you guys to understand that you love each other. So if a other guy who is out there, little boy who probably have a strength more than your husband, you feel that okay, since you cannot do this, I got to go up there. I got a lot of guys over there. Remember, integrity, one, and the thing that makes love so enjoyable is when you understand each other. And I want to thank you again. Uh, I want to thank you for listening, and I know that it is indeed an opportunity to be here today. I know that in being together is one thing, but to do it together is very difficult. I want to invite you again next week, as I may have a guest. But listen, sex is one, and one for some of the things that we're talking about. If you don't have feeling for your husband or your wife, don't marry them. Don't marry them. Because I will tell you, you will break the marriage. It's not going to last. So I want to encourage us as we you know go into the conclusion of this very interesting topic. I want us to understand that you have something inside of you that belongs to your husband. Every time, as I close, every time you see this person, probably in the house or whatever they are, there's something about that. Every time you speak, there's something about that. Even before marriage, pray for them, let them pray. Pray for each other. As I close, you're being together every day as husband and wife, not even every day, even if it was something that you have to meet. Quality time. Not getting vexed with the other person and feel that, well, I don't think I need to be with you today. It's very difficult to tell your husband that. You got to say something that will make him or her to feel that you're not talking it out of other kind of anger, or probably sometimes you mean what you're saying. So I want to thank God, and I want to thank you for following us. And it's so interesting that if you begin to look beyond your love or the person that you so love, and think about the mother that brought them forth, pray for them. As we close, I also want to mention there can be no way that you'll have a good marriage with all the parents. It's not going to grow because in being together, we talk about growth, growing together, going to church together, having Bible studies together, praying together. I should bring the children up. So I want to close by saying to anyone that's listening to me, God will not come down to talk about your marriage, to encourage you in you and your spouse. No, He's not going to come down. So I just want to say, as I close today, look at this person who you are dating, or probably you want to get married to be the one that God has called and put together for you. Remember that the day you met this person, you were so excited. You were so excited. Yes, the anxiety, the emotions, the thing that you showed that time. Give up. You gave up after, you know, uh, you met them, and now you no longer love them because, well, they could not be your type again. But I want to encourage you as you close today. I want to encourage you in the Lord. I want to encourage you in the Lord, but I want to encourage you to keep that bond of unity in your marriage. We could be going through struggle. We could be going through a lot that will not permit you to keep loving. But again, like some of us, all of us have our experience in marriage. So if your experience will not permit you to do something that will help the marriage, then don't get into it. Make sure that you not just go into somebody's life because you want their money, because you like them, they're looking so uh, great, they are handsome, they are beautiful, and so well, okay, they like the guys when I met, I like this guy, or I like this lady, she gave me the thing. I like her, man. I like her in bed. I like her intimacy. I like the way she romanced with me. I love her so much. After you met, what is the first time? And after that first time, things start changing. And you start looking up there for somebody else, thinking that because she could not or he could not satisfy your desire. So now you're looking for somebody to satisfy your desire. See, so spending more time knowing about this person, the experience they have, what makes them to adjust themselves to you, for you guys to live together, enjoy yourself. It doesn't matter. Sex is very crucial. Give ourselves to each other with no barriers, no borders. What am I saying this? Because somebody is putting some, we we call it not prerequisite, but something that uh, requirement or something uh, bound to do before you can touch me. Somebody is saying to the spouse, well, because of your promiscuous attitude, you're not going to touch me again anymore. Yes, sometimes women will have to do that because they want to protect themselves. So we as men, we must understand that we are almost the covering, we are the protector, we are the encourager. What we do encourages them. They are the mothers to us. They understand when it comes to who we are. So spending more time to understand this person is more important. You don't have to be probably together. Probably maybe you could be father part, or probably you could be living together, or maybe coming to visit or whatever. You must time on the phone, sometime at least 10 minutes, 15 minutes, whatever time you want to spend. If you have time to talk about your issues. Laugh, pray about it, pray for each other, even if you're not getting into marriage. You see, this bond is so sacred that we cannot break it and should not break it so easily. And I want to thank you again for being obedient to to be part of this show, for following us. I want to thank you, and I know that many of us are going through our own difficult time, and I will wish that some of us would have been into certain relationships. Some of us will say, "Oh, if I knew I was going to marry this person," no. Sometimes it could be that that person wants your life partner. Sometimes the devil comes in to take it away. And that person agreed. It could be that. It could be that some people come in our life for just for experience. When you meet up with your partner, sometimes the enemy plays, especially those of us from Africa. We know that there are things that happen in the realm of the spirit. That's why a healthy marriage must be a prayerful family. In order for us to grow, we must be prayerful. We're going to speak it tomorrow, growing in the knowledge of God. We got to be thankful. Yes, we got to protect our home. We got to protect our wife. We got to protect our husbands. Some wife will go out to clear all the people about what is going on in her home. Insecurity. you are making your home vulnerable to the enemies. But when you spend more time together praying and understanding the weakness of your husband or your wife, you are able to pray. There are women that are very weak. They need prayer before coming into marriage. But there where the enemy plays and destroys. I want to thank God for you. I pray that God give you the strength to join us next week because it's going to be the same topic, but it's going to be expanded again as we talk about these issues. Don't forget, love your wife, love and submit to your husband. Okay? Don't worry about issues. Issues can be solved when you meet together, discuss, and make a change in your life. Okay? God bless you. Join us and let's make the world a better place. Family, you're blessed. Love your husband, man. And when you saw that guy, it was the best guy. I like the song. Okay? I like the song. You don't even know why God connected you guys. When you find your wife, Bible says you find out a good thing. Don't go find a husband, yes. Praise to God for your own because God has somebody waiting for you. And don't forget, you are so peculiar.